That's right.
And that's where my reservations come in about him, because you can only be at a top level if you're playing against top level teams, and he's turned down the opportunity to really, you know, evolve his game so many times now that I don't really hold a lot on Twist now. I mean, yes, he's going to be a key player for GODSENT, but what level is he actually going to be able to bring against a team like G2, who have some pretty heavy hitters on it? I mean, Shox is pretty much like, you know, the kingpin of this team. He's calling the shots now, and he's definitely, you know, one of the key fraggers for this roster. So I mean, G2 going into the pistol side, T side, and Smith, he's been given the God mode. He's got the Tech 9 Kevlar, and he already starts off strong, but Lekro with the first headshot to start things off, and Lekro gets a second one as well.
Going for a third. In fact, he's still got 3 bullets left and coming in from the high ground. They got to be careful here. It's RPK picking up a shot and taking down Lekro. So now down to a 2-on-3. The bomb's going to be planted. Twist using pretty much all bullets and still not getting the kill, and that's a big problem. They needed that. Would have been a 2-on-2. Now Pronax and Twist are going to have to see if they can somehow retake this. They do have the kit. Smoke just being popped up there to help with the defuse. Just put some pressure on. That's a nice shot. And Smoke, it's not actually on the low ground, so you might be able to see his feet there. That's a bit of an issue. 2-on-1 now. Grenade rains him. Pronax is gone. So is the kit. Twist can't really do anything at this point.
Yeah, it's the bank nade as well, so he doesn't even have a chance to respond. Twist neither. Twist will catch Shox, getting a little adventurous, managing to push down that lower ramp, but he has no idea that RPK is waiting on the far right on the upper ramp, and, well, RPK locks it down. Pistol round has been won here for G2, and that was definitely, I mean, that was a close one. That could have gone either way, it feels like. Had Lekro hit another shot there, had Pronax been able to find a kill earlier on, bring it to a 2-on-2 a little bit faster, it could have gone GODSENT's way, considering they had the kit so close to the site, but the fact that G2 were able to maintain that man advantage for so long, it just ticked the bomb down so far that there wasn't a whole lot that GODSENT could do.
A bit of a tricky round to start off with there, and you know, it's just talking up Twist, but missing that many shots as well on the guy up on the high ground. Even if he was jumping around a little bit, that should be a kill. That has to be a kill, right?
Yeah, you have to be able to get the job done there.
I mean, even the 2-on-2 would have been a bit tricky, but they should have definitely been able to do more. But good start for G2. I mean, you did mention Shox, and yeah, I have to agree. Should be still one of the sort of the top players in the world.
It should be, but it's always a struggle with Shox because, I mean, we've seen this in Epsilon. I mean, this is obviously you kind of have to go a little bit further into the past. We're talking like oh, hello everybody. We're talking about mid 2014. They cut to the camera as the lights go off. So the reason why we want the lights to go off is because our preview monitor, we're always looking up, right? Because our preview monitor is up there and the lights are like right over it, so the lights are like right in our eyes when we're trying to cast. But what's up, everybody? So
it's like video game nerds, you know, like the the dark room.
No lights. Yeah, no lights. No lights. That's why
just the monitor.
Work on the tan a little bit here.
The early morning, you know, 3 a.m. monitor glow in your face. That's the good times.
But I mean, right now, it's just Shox whenever he takes it. Like, it always seems to happen as well. It just happens every single time where Shox joins a roster. There's a sweet spot for a little bit, but then he starts to work away and starts to say, like, I want the game to be played my way. I'm not agreeing with how the current in-game leader is running the show, and he slowly takes over. It's just that this time, he actually succeeded. Like, last time, he wasn't able to get happy to kick from Envy. Instead, he was the one to go with Smiths. This time around, he actually gets existence removed from the roster, and so he is the one calling. It is him once again, just like on Epsilon way back in 2014. He's the one calling all the shots. It's all on him. And whenever that seems to happen, Shox's individual level seems to take a bit of a hit because all of a sudden he has so much more responsibility on his shoulders. It's not just like the game is all about him and he can do whatever he wants. He's actually having to worry about everybody else on the team. And that seems to have an impact on his mindset going into these games. So kind of hoping that Shox, you know, he'll be able to find some kind of happy medium, some kind of balance here to allow him to actually, you know, hit the level that's necessary.
Yeah, there was this one phrase that he said to me outside of a venue, I think it was Gfinity G3 or something like that. And he said, and he was playing with Kiyoshima. He was playing for...
That was Epsilon back then.
Epsilon, right? Yeah. When he was in that lineup, he said, "I sometimes feel like when I'm dead in a round, I wish I could sort of take over for my teammates and play because I can see the mistakes that they made." That sounds super arrogant, but at the same time, I think that's actually sort of key to some of the psychology of Shox here. Yeah. And I do think that if he would he has to like dedicate himself to one or the other, right? Either control the team and be the in-game leader, but then have players that can frag well enough for him, or let him be that player. But I think you're right. His problem is when he's the star player, then he can't also sort of do the in-game leading, and he seems to want to. He seems to can't let go of that, you know, the other thing.
Well, the urge to do too much.
Yeah.
It's like you have to actually be able to trust in your teammates, and it seems like, you know, trust issues with Shox. He just can't. He can't ever really, you know, trust in his teammates to just get the job done. You know, be content with the fact that, you know, if he is dead, he needs to be able to rely on them. Yeah. And yeah, when you're the in-game leader as well, obviously when you're a player of Shox's caliber who can basically go anywhere on the map, he's great with pistols, he's great with rifles. You put him in anywhere, he gets the job done.
But I
it's
mean,
got to be a really frustrating situation for him. But that's his lesson. That's his challenge. He has to deal with that.
and in some ways, I mean, all eyes are on the French scene right now because of you know,
Or they're not, because they aren't really getting deep into tournaments.
Yeah, well, I mean, even more so, right? Because that means people are now thinking, well, you know, where is this going? Where are we headed? Hiroshima is going to be playing against Envy later on, which we forgot to mention in our preview video yesterday for some reason.
Yeah, totally blanked on that. Not going to, call out the guy who was actually, reading the matches. Definitely should have caught on that we were missing a key match in our preview.
Well, we are live once again, it seems, and with a bit of a 1-0 start here for G2. Twist very close with that scout, trying to get another shot in. Actually, a lot of damage being dished out right now to the French side, so they're going to be a little bit careful. Polf getting close with the pistol, catching out Scream without just a grenade out, and gets a second kill as well. Body going to be going down. RPK clicking away long range, and he seems to be playing very well early on in this particular match. But now it's a 2-on-3, 1-on-3. In fact, it's Pronex going to pick up the kill, and now it's all on Shox. He's got the bomb. He just managed to get his fingers on that.
Where were the comms?
It's going to be really tough, isn't it?
Nightmare situation that he's able to get get Scream, yes, but then to pick up Body as well, who's just completely unaware that he's getting wrapped on from lower. Crazy situation to happen there. Now GODSENT, they've got that man advantage. They can actually work their way back and pick up guns if they want, but it seems like they just want to run in, try and take the fight straight up, and the scout I mean, again, Polf coming through. He's got 3 kills so far. He finally gets shut down by Shox, but he's done his job. He gets the tag with the scout, and then it's Lekro who steps in with the deagle. Perfect combination. It's usually teams that's exactly what they want to happen. You got that dual combination going on where you have one guy with the scout, one guy with the deagle. Either one gets a tag first, boom, the other one can capitalize on that. Yeah. We just saw it played out there. I mean, yeah, G2 looking just a little bit too shaky there. That was sick by Twist to get 2 tags with the scouts as they came down lower ramp onto B site. And then for the quick rotation coming from GODSENT, that was just sick play.
So a quick tied up scoreline here. But G2 with the bomb plant, because at least Shox managed to do that in a 1v3. I mean, that definitely helps. That means they have enough money for AK Tech-9 here. They know it's not going to be that much money, and see if they can make it work. They have a flash that's going out from T-Spawn practically. Twist not flash, though. He's close enough there, but a good 2-for-1 trade favoring G2, and they need to get out and get this bomb down. The rotation is already here for GODSENT. They've got 3 men in the bomb site. They're looking for another kill here. Schneider, close range, going to be taking down Shox. Still a 2v3, and Schneider's very low on health, and they know where he is as well. Not a good position for him to be in. He gets that kill, actually runs Body right over. That's impressive.
But Polf, the man who needed to be the anchor in this round, considering Schneider's solo on HP, he falls in the end, and that bomb is going to get planted on the inner site now. So we really have turned into that brawl here at the beginning of this match, because G2 are perfectly poised now to take this 3rd round, bring it up to a 2-1 scoreline. And Schneider, yeah, he's actually calling. He's calling for the back off, but RPK isn't going to let him. Peeks out from Pop Dog, catches him trying to save that M4. And it's, I mean, a very solid round follow-up there for G2. The change of pace really catching GODSENT off guard. Just straight out onto the A site, no fear at all. And Twist just completely ineffective with that Swag 7 up front. Like, he didn't get anything out of it. He needs to get at least a 1-for-1 trade if he's holding Pop Dog that close. And he just doesn't capitalize.
Yeah, it's interesting as well because they pop a grenade out and that didn't even flash him. So he had all the opportunity to get something happening there. It's going to be the 4th round coming up, and have to see if GODSENT could bring it back. G2 not letting go of their lead so early on here. Pronex pushed up very far down towards Ivy, and at the edge of the smoke. It's going to be hard for them, I think, to predict that position if he stays there. Wow.
This has the potential to be pretty nasty, because look, they could even go for the boost one on top of the other if they wanted to, really try and change the angle.
I think they're intentionally showing Schneider right now, because they're not going to be chaining this corner for Pronex. Yeah, sacrificing Schneider down. He has to get 2 kills for this to work on. Oh, wow, Smiths. That's incredibly heads up. That's not easy to do.
That was really nice. That's experience talking right there. Making sure that you check all of your angles, not leaving any opening for your opponents to take advantage of. Polf will catch Shox, but Shox was really just sacrificing himself on that B side to get info, to show a little action over there, to make sure that they can't over-rotate off to the A side for GODSENT. But now it is down to Lekro, and just Lekro as Polf gets picked off. Lekro with a great shot on RPK with the Deeg. He could get a follow-up as well. There's the headshot onto Smith. Nearly gets the 3rd one as well. Scream gets tagged. This man's still alive. He's got the 1 bullet, though. That's not going to be enough, and that's the end of the road here for Lekro. But this guy's so good with pistols. It always seems like the highlight clips coming from GODSENT. It's just him going 8 with pistols.
Damn. I mean, his aim was very, he's calm. He kept calm all throughout that. They were coming in from street. That's really hard to do. You're playing on land like this, and especially when you don't have the experience of everyone else on the team, well, almost everyone else on the team, that's going to be tough. That's where you start making all these mistakes. So that's an interesting sign. I like that. Well, now they have no armor and just pistols. It's going to be even rougher here for the Swedish side, although they do trade a little bit down at Ivy. So at least doing some damage to the terror side economy here. Body nearly getting out USPS'd by Twist.
Yeah, that was a little scary there for Body. Now Lekro holding close to A main. He's on a timer here. The longer this goes on, more likely he's going to get shot in the back as G2 try and push out. And he does actually win versus Scream straight up, but then decides to jump in the air. And that gives Shox all the space he needs to work. And now it's just going to be Palf. Bomb makes its way onto the site. He's right on the edge. Body is very low, but he still gets the headshot on Palf. Quad kill, anti-eco round for Body. That's nice. That's going to give him some confidence. That's exactly what he needs on playing on a map that he's not really familiar with. So the fact that, you know, hey, doesn't matter. Kills are kills at this point for him. He just needs to feel like I can land these shots, and then when the rifles come into play, you know, he'll have that confidence to take those duels. But full buy across the board now for both of these teams. One thing is that GODSENT don't have an AWP to play off of here, so it's just straight rifles for them across the board. No kit either. They won't have a lot of time to work with if G2 are successful putting that bomb down. But now they choose to be aggressive on another side of the map. They know that G2 are going to have to be careful over by Ali over on the other side. Now they go for the upper push, and they're actually, I mean, Scream, or Shoxy rather, just not going to get caught off guard by it. He was holding passive, and he was ready.
So, I mean, it puts them a little bit on the defensive here, at least G2. So I like that GODSENT are trying to take a bit of control. Pronax also spotting people down by Ivy. We've seen this flashbang before, and he's not going to peek behind it. He did put up the smoke as well. GODSENT need this round. G2 have turned it in their favor very early on in this game, even though it looked like it was about to get just a bit shaky. Scream on the edge, and with the push up that far into main by Twist, we'll see if he's actually going to peek it. The gun barrel already showing, and Twist with a good kill. That's a good start.
Yeah, smoke goes down to block off Pronax, though, so it's all on Schneider now to stay alive. There's a man on the side as well. That's Lekro just peeking out, drawing attention to himself. And Twist, where does he come from for that double spray? Takes out Body and Smith, and then Twist with the last kill of the round. Quad kill for Twist in a very important round for GODSENT, and a flawless round, in fact, for GODSENT. So that, I mean, that's as good as it gets. Now they have the op. They were able to pick that up from G2, and they make a decent amount of money for the bank.
Well, 7th round is coming up now, and GODSENT finding, I mean, apart from just winning the round, they also survived with a number of members in that round. Only they lost nobody, actually, sorry. Everybody surviving, so that's really, really important here. G2, again, barely able to put a bind together. We've got 3 Tech 9s and 2 AKs. See if they can make the difference. Well, it's a good start for Scream, opening up and taking down Twist, the hero of the last round. Pronax here, setting up for a flashbang on in as Porf kicks a kill onto Smith and returns it. Body running in with a Tech 9. Somehow Pronax not having any backup from the side. I think Lekro might have been slightly out of position. Scream going to get the second kill now, and it's looking really good here for the terrorist side. Schneider and Porf are going to be left in a 2-on-4. The bomb is not down yet. Maybe if Porf could sneak in here and get the kill on the bomb planted, that would make the difference, but it's going to be a really, really tough run, and Shock's going to deny it.
Yeah, this is just nasty. How does it get so out of control? It all starts with Pronax, and it just spins out of control from there. And now, I mean, there isn't a whole lot that Schneider can hope to do here with the AWP in a 1v4 situation. 3 rifles picked up for G2 as well. RPK can stay on the Tech 9. He's proficient with it. And now, well, this is, I mean, G2 are making the right call as well. They're going to leave a man behind just to hold on this bomb, and then they're already out and hunting for Schneider. They want to see if they can deny this rifle. They know that, I mean, that's not a shot that you can afford to miss, Schneider. So, rough round there for GODSENT, considering they had such a perfect one the round before. They're able to actually, I mean, G2 are able to just kind of slam through, and that was all-out aggression. Again, we're going for we're clearly in this, like, force buy strategy for both of these teams, although GODSENT this time around are going to try and manage their economy. G2, they just refuse to go for a full eco. They just keep going for the force, and once again, it proves successful. So, I mean, right now, GODSENT, they're just looking a little shaky. They need to kind of calm down and start figuring out what needs to happen here, and maybe that is, you know, more communication with Pronax. But getting caught out, you know, from the edge of the smoke, I mean, it just seems like right now they're just a little nervous almost.
It's a decent grenade going in there, but Schneider's still going to be going down, and with the lack of armor and just pistols, it's going to be a rough round here. The GODSENT team, if it's true that Body hasn't been playing much train, then I mean, it's pretty impressive. He's got 10, 1 and 4 right now is the scoreline, actually top fragging in the game. And obviously the newcomer to the team, and I guess his first time playing at this kind of level. It's a pretty good debut for him, I've got to say. G2, they were obviously completely crushed yesterday. They lose 16-2 that game, I think.
Well, Scream has delivered on his promise. They did get more than 2 rounds.
It's a good start, I suppose. If you set your goals really low, someone you're always going to be pleasantly surprised, aren't you?
That's what I was saying with MBK as well, right? You know, get 3 rounds. You know, they got 14. Now it's just like, okay, get 1 map. 1 step at a time, Anders. That's what you need to win a tournament.
Well, I'm not sure we're there yet for G2. They seem to, every time you put a little bit of hope into them, they always end up disappointing, I feel like. But maybe this is going to be the change. If they could just make it to the playoffs, I'd be pretty excited.
I think they would be as well, right? Especially after the major, the heartbreak there, once again failing to get through the groups.
Can't even deal with it.
I can't compute. I mean, yeah, it's just right now. This is pretty much the best matchup they can hope to get. And GODSENT are clearly showing that they've still got quite a lot of work to put in here on Train, because they were feeling, it seemed to me like they were pretty confident going into this. They were saying, you know, like, hey, you know, we're going to be able to make the adjustments that, you know, to the mistakes that we made versus Na'Vi yesterday. We're feeling much more confident. It's better when you get to play the same map over, because you can just, you know, tweak a couple of things and then, you know, feel a little bit more confident going into the map because you've already played it once, you're warmed up on it. But we're just not seeing that versus G2. G2 are just manhandling them at this point. 6 rounds, they're about to have 6 rounds on the T side, G2, and that's a fantastic start to the half, seeing as how GODSENT are just sitting on the measly 2 on the CT side. Palf not going to be able to get anything done there. Scream shuts him down. And so we go into the big buy round now for GODSENT, where they will be able to get the AWP, and this time it's not Schneider with it, it's going to be Twist, it looks like. So already some adjustments being made here on the CT side.
I mean, it's definitely not done yet, but they would need to get a really good streak in here. I think they can't. I mean, even if it finishes 8-7, it's still doable to win it, but more than 7 rounds, I think, for G2, and it starts to get a little bit out of control. And look at the pace G2 are putting into this, just rushing out into the courtyard. Twist gonna pick up the opening kill there. Lecro helping out and shutting down Body, and that's a really tight defense being put up right now on the CT side. Schneider helping out and shutting down Shocks. They're gonna be Scream, and then Scream again with a double kill, turning it back into a 2-on-2. Smith helping out with the 1. Oh man, GODSENT with that kind of start, it should be an easy finish from there on out in the round, but still, G2 are fighting back in style. Both going to be going down. Smith, if he misses that shot, that's probably going to be the end of the round. Now Twist has to do it all on his own.
And Twist, I mean, he's playing from connector. He's not out of it yet. But with a minute left on this clock, G2 have all the time in the world to figure out where he's coming from, or even wrap around to the B site. So there's no reason for G2 to rush. There's no reason for them to kind of go for any flashy play. They can just kind of wait for Twist to hang himself. Twist seems to just be waiting to see. He's kind of in a decent spot. If they do decide to go B, he can rotate. I mean, he's in the perfect spot basically to rotate from one side to the other, and he's just kind of hoping right now. But it's going to be Scream who walks right into him. And now 1v1 versus Smith. So this is all or nothing now. And Smith, he seems to be committed to this A side. He didn't wrap back around through team main up into the hallways. He's going to be pressing forward onto the side. Now that he knows where Twist is playing from in that connector, he can plant safe if he wants, right on the other side of the plant. I mean, on the other side of the train, and wait to see, try and force Twist to play the bomb, or just walk right into him. What is going on?
Well, he faked it once. Smith did get tagged by that shot as well. And Twist has shown incredible patience. Look at this, he's just waiting the whole round, and he's going to get both kills. That is actually not so easy to do, because when they waited they waited for a good 25 seconds at the beginning. When they do that, you don't know if they're going to be coming in from, they could be walking into B and then coming back and C connector for you. You really don't know. It's hard to just sit still on it. It seems like you just did nothing for a long time, but you're wondering, as the more time passes, you've got to be wondering, am I in the wrong spot? And then tempting to start moving around.
That's a sick play.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid play.
I mean, I'm really happy, though, with the decision that G2 went for. Like, I love this kind of play where it's just like they know that GODSENT have a lot of pressure on them. They don't want to let GODSENT breathe in the round and start to, you know, set up their game. So G2 just decide, you know what, we're not going to respect you in this. We're actually going to try and maintain the pressure on you. We're just going to rush at you. And it worked at the beginning, at least. You know, I mean, GODSENT were shutting him down, but then Scream with the double kill brings it back. I mean, that's exactly what G2 are hoping for. Just losing the clutch round. They kind of just have to shake their head at this point, G2, and say, okay, didn't go our way that time. It was a correct call to make, but now let's go ahead and actually, you know, go for the slow play here. And it's just not going to work. Lecro's going to be able to pick up that first kill on Body with the Swag 7. Him and Palf going for the aggressive push into halls, just denying this part of the map to Shoxy. So Shoxy's now going to have to come up with something big here.
They've been doing this a lot on the GODSENT side, just trying to push up Ivy, trying to push up B-bomb side, and they're really putting some pressure on the G2 team here. But they are out in the courtyard. They should be able to get the bomb plant down. I don't think anyone can actually stop that from happening right now. So retake not necessarily going to be easy. Shocks starting off roll, getting one, getting another one. That's Pronax going down. Twist looking for the kill on RPK, and he's going to get it. Only had one chance as well. 3-on-3 for the retake here, and they've already wasted a lot of time. They do have a smoke, which is very important here on Lekro. It's going to be instrumental for get any kind of a defuse going. Twist going down. Flashbang goes up once. He's in the smoke. He doesn't have a kit, though. That's the problem, so he can't even just defuse inside. Lekro goes down. It's all on Poff, and he gets dropped by Scream. And that's going to be G2 just picking up that round and making it 7-3 and effectively resetting the Swedes once again. So this is where the half essentially spirals out of control for GODSENT.
Yeah, and GODSENT know it. They go for the force buy as well. So they know we don't actually have any money. We're in a double eco scenario. We can't afford to take these kinds of... We can't afford to let them keep pressing forward. We were able to win an eco round earlier on, so let's go. Let's get it done here. It doesn't look like there was a scout picked up this time around, which is a little unfortunate considering how effective it was at the beginning of the half. But GODSENT, I mean, they had some success with the push into the Brown Halls last round. It looks like they want to go for that again. It is a stack on B, and an aggressive one at that. They pushed all the way in. The thing is that Body, when he sees that smoke go up, so high up in the halls, he knows he just needs to hold passive because there is a risk of aggression coming in from GODSENT. So he's making the correct play at this point. Nice boost, though, and Poff hits the headshot on Body. Not a whole lot the Body could do there in that situation.
It's a very good start, and it would certainly help out if they could somehow... I mean, I think it sparked some optimism in the Swedish team here if they could somehow turn this round in their favor. We've got the white holes set up nicely, and Lekro's doing some damage out here. Grenade follow-up could do a lot of damage to Smith, in fact, and he's in the smoke trying to see if he can fight it out. 5-7 in hand, shutting down RPK. It is a one-shot of that range, even with armor, and right next to him, Shocks practically stabbing him with the AWP Scream. Not going to be doing too much damage. Ends up going down to Porfin. Pronax close range. C set in hand. Going to get the kill. Smith misses the shot. And no scope. Oh my god. Pronax with an excellent finish to that round. He's going to make it 4-7. They needed that a lot right now on the GODSENT side. But so much still to go. They need the next 3 rounds or 4 rounds in a row as well.
That was such a sick round for Pronax. Look at this. Picks up the op, goes jumping past, and it takes all the time in the world to line up the shot.
But he didn't even know Smith was there. That was incredible. He just
baller.
He just turned his back and he might as well have just been instantly killed.
That was so baller. All right. Well, the force buy gamble works, and they're actually able to get another round on the board. 4 rounds for GODSENT, and Twist holds his ground, shuts down Scream and Smith's boast. And this is a force buy coming out from G2. They've been successful so far, and they continue to be. So RPK brings it back, but it's still a man advantage here. Now a 2-man advantage for GODSENT as Poff rotates in with the MAC-10, takes out RPK. And now G2, they're in a perfect spot. It's Body, the young gun, the new addition to the roster. Last man alive with a Tech 9 and no utility. So a bit of a far cry here.
Wow. Really, really good couple of shots coming out of Twist. And Body still could do pretty well here to get another couple of kills. But Pronax going to shoot him in the back from main. And that's going to make it 7-5. I do want to point out, because we introduced this idea of how someone's like potential level as opposed to their current level. I mean, it has to be like a subjective thing when you judge someone's potential level, because you can't obviously... Current level could be based on stats, you know, you could look at how well they've been playing, all that stuff, which is good, it's still valuable. Potential level has to be judged on, you know, subjective things. When I see Twist, I think I look at the way that he's playing. It's sort of like all the sort of little micro movements and stuff like that, and I see someone who could be sort of a potential future Olofmeister. So I think he has what it takes. Maybe not mentally, but in the game he does. I think Pronax with a really, really good start. No armor on G2, so maybe we don't want to read too much into it. But still very aggressive. They're being very aggressive on both Ivy and B all the time.
It's just weird when it comes to Twist, like this reticence he's shown. He's been offered chances to play on bigger rosters to really, make an impact on the world stage, and he's never really taken them. So despite, seeing like huge plays from him in the past, it always feels like just this struggle for him to actually, have that impact, show that he's capable, and actually get out there. So there must be something that we're not aware of, happening behind the scenes, right?
But I mean, we've had other examples of players that have an incredible sort of potential, but they can't, they don't have the mental mind, they don't have the mindset to make it work. Take Nico from the Danish scene, right? Nico, the Danish AWPer.
Right.
Obviously capable of playing at an extremely high level, but never able to commit for more than a month at a time, you know, and then ends up sort of not really wanting to play enough anyway, and sort of just bows out after a while. So you know, it's possible to be in that state of mind. I hope Twist has, you know, got rid of that now. Just play the game. You're good at it. It's going to be Schneider picking up 2 good kills there, starting off on Smiths and Body, and it's going to be a 3 versus 5 situation here. So I mean, GODSENT, they're starting to show us something here.
6-7 as well. So GODSENT 2 rounds rather left. This is the 14th round. 2 rounds left in this half. And they're actually showing some really solid work as Schneider, he managed to win 2 key duels, running in 1 at a time for G2 as well. So a little bit of a fundamental mistake there made the buddy system definitely not in play. And now RPK, he will open it up on this lower site. Lekro just spraying around. He's got the P250 looking for the fight still. And he drops down RPK to 20 HP. But it's a man advantage here for GODSENT. So Lekro just needs to chill. He needs to sit back, wait for the rotation, wait for the cavalry to arrive, and it works out perfectly. Pronax is there, and then Twist from the high ground to take out Scream. Lekro,
I think you're right.
He's taking the fight with the P250, and he's trying to play it quick. But yeah, if he goes down, it makes life more difficult for his teammates. So it's good that he eventually survived.
Yeah, I think you're right to point that out. That definitely looked like he was panicking just a bit too much. But they're a man up, as you said. So no real reason to get all fancy behind that train. That's going to tie the scoreline at 7-7 as we move into the 15th round here. We've got 3 Tech-9s, 1 Galil, and 1 P250 on the G2 teams. They'd obviously love to pick up 1 more round here in the half just to cement the already really good half they've had. It's a good start here for the French side. They're going to be charging into the bomb side. A good 2-for-1 early trade here. Pronax coming back with a good double kill, but he's going to get shot in the back by Shox. And now it's all on Porf, 1-on-3. They should be able to get the bomb down. They got another 2 Molotovs. And just put up a smoke as well. I don't see how Porf could get out here and defuse the bomb.
Well, if you find Scream, it might be possible. Scream has got an op. So maybe there's hope yet. Maybe there's hope yet. But Palf, I mean, it's a lot to ask of a 1v3 on the A site when everybody's so far away, spread out. He knows where one of the players is coming from now. Scream on the other side of Green Train, but this isn't an easy situation for Palf whatsoever. He's going to walk forward, may win the duel versus Scream. Yep, Scream misses the shot point blank, but then of course Shox, he peeks out for main. And that is G2 picking up the 8th round. So they will come out ahead on the T side and Train here in the end. Very solid first half performance from the French team. And that kind of leaves, GODSENT in a little bit of an awkward spot. They really need to pick up the pistol round here going into the second half. Otherwise, G2 are perfectly capable of just, initiating the lockdown on this map and not letting GODSENT get anything rolling. And it was the T side that they were struggling with a little bit yesterday, GODSENT. So we'll see if they've actually made, some adjustments, the adjustments necessary to get them this map and keep them alive in this tournament. Side by side as well.
So sweet. It seems like a lot of these rounds that fell apart for GODSENT was when G2 was rushing that A-bomb site. Whenever they put speed on that, it just took a single person to fall, and then that was it, instantly over. So maybe some need for an adjustment there.
I mean, you got to give credit to Shoxy calling. They hadn't gone for an alley rush. They had gone for delayed executes on alley with 3 players going alley, but to have 4 players just straight up rush alley, they hadn't pulled that off yet. So definitely catching Twist off guard. He was the one holding close with op. Pronax should have been there, but of course, he hasn't seen it yet. So Pronax is just thinking, okay, they're going to come out of A main again. He wants to get there to bolster the defense, and so that round, GODSENT just got outplayed by G2. Really strong play from G2 coming in, and now we go into the pistol round. G2 starting off on this CT side, Scream with the kit and the smoke. The rest of them rocking Kevlar, and it's going to be, Pronax actually picking up the nades here. Smoke goes out, and now he's got the flash as well, so we'll see where that decides to go. 3 players going to push alley, though.
RPK on the corner, currently tied for Twist with the top frags in the game here. Some confusion going on. They've actually managed to run past Smith. Finally, they find the kill on him, and they do need this round. Now on the terrorist side here for the second half, GODSENT have not had a good start here, and this is a very, very important match for them, obviously. RPK in the corner, nowhere to hide, and is going to end up falling to Twist. And now it's a 3v5 with the bomb down as well. Lekro trying to defend Pop Dog, but Body going to be able to win that fight, but you got to wonder if it isn't almost too late at this point here. They've got no time left, and Scream with the kit and 20 health. How is he going to survive? Well, obviously he won't, because he's already dead now. 1-on-4 for Body. Just trying to make the most of this round here, but Schneider going to be able to shut him down. And there will be a tight scoreline once again here, with Twist picking up done 2 kills in the pistol round. And do 15 right now on him.
I love to see Schneider get hyped, but I also love to see Schneider sitting next to Pronax again. like this crazy feeling, man. Like blast from the past, Dreamhack winner 2013. Just sick. Schneider, he's been a solid trained player in the past, but he's showing it now. He managed to get a nice kill there to lock down that pistol round for GODSENT, and GODSENT will be, they aren't even going to really mess around on this. We've seen teams go heavy SMG in the past, but these guys go straight 3 rifles, looking for those long-range duels on this A site, 2 SMGs to back them up, and not wasting any time at all. GODSENT showing a complete lack of respect, just go powering out onto the A side, taking the fight straight to G2.
Scream did answer back a little bit with the C-set 75, but he's just going to get overwhelmed. No backup there. Body actually waiting right next to him, and he does get a scout shot off on Lekro, but that's going to be it. GODSENT now making it 9-8. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting start to the second half here. Do you just want to, point out that, my Bob Porf was also doing, all right. He's got 12 kills here, Pronax on 13, but there's nobody really underperforming right now on GODSENT, so.
I'm just happy to see my boy Twist sitting at the top there. 17 kills for him. Like, that is exactly what needs to happen for GODSENT. He's definitely the point man here on this team. Him and Schneider should be the 2 heavy hitters. Paul Fleckro, they should be backing him up with Pronax, obviously calling the shots. But it does seem like things are falling into place here for GODSENT, at least in the first 2 rounds. They managed to weather the storm. They lose an AK, so that's a little bit of an expensive loss for them. But in the end, they just want that round on the board, and they managed to do it pretty neatly. So 9-8 score now, and GODSENT going up against a hard eco from G2. So we should see 10. And we should see all 5 players survive the round here. It would be a mistake for GODSENT if they gave up anybody here versus G2 in this round.
They're being very patient, Ryan. They're just taking long-range fights against pistols. They got the old rifles here, no problem. Old Necro picking up a quad kill, in fact, and Shock sneaking around. Maybe the right timing, he could find a kill, but they're already aware of it. Schneider going to come in with the kill, and that will be 10-8. And you're right, nobody going down here, so good economy being established early on. It will be an AWP picked up by Smith, though, and I don't disagree with that. I think he's been opening all right lately.
That's kind of what you need from Smiths. I mean, it's him or it's Shocks. Those are the 2 players that are going to play op for G2. So Smiths, it's kind of his role. He needs to play it. He's playing Alley now as well, which is a key position on the map to be playing. Fox plays that for FaZe, right? We saw what Fox was capable of yesterday. So, Smiths, all eyes are going to be on him to have an impact at this AWP and find that first pick to make life easier here for G2. And it is going to be the 2 players actually holding outside of Alley here for GODSENT. Default play coming in from GODSENT. They've got control of Pop Dog now. They have actually scouted out Brown Halls as well. And now it does look like it's going to be a collapse here onto the A side from the T side. Oh, that's unfortunate.
They've got the crossfire here, but with that smoke right next to RPK, it means it's going to be actually just disappears. But it's a little bit hard for the man playing on the train, which is going to be Smiths, to turn around and get the kills in Ivy. If that smoke is up, they got shots. They got 4 men out here on the bomb side. This is going to be so hard for GODSENT to actually make it through. They need one really, really good opening frag for this to work out.
They need to hope that RPK is just going to spray. Yeah, there it is. RPK doing just a touch of damage to Schneider. Twist will win the duel versus Scream, though. Smith on high will find the kill on Twist and brings it back. Now they have the crossfire established on Alley, but he's going to get caught on the open, Smith, and he lives with 3 HP. Somehow, he's still in it, but Pulp's not going to let him live for long.
Wow. Call for another kill coming in, and Shox is going to be all alone in a 1-on-4 here, trying to see if he can make it out. Gets the 1 frag in, second one as well. Schneider going to be going down. The bomb is planted. All they need to do is hide. Just don't give him any way to open this up. He doesn't have any smoke either, so for him to just try and force them out with that is not going to be working either. And he's trying to wrap the wrong way around. He's got a bit of time to work with here, but it's almost impossible for Shox to make this work. And Porf going to be able to take him down for the triple kill in the round, and extending their lead now to 11-8. And do you want to point out, I don't know if there's the whole thing that made a difference, but when when Smith went for that second kill, he got tagged in the body and he didn't have armor, so the sort of the aim punch, I think, threw off his shot just a little bit. And that was unfortunate.
Just, you can't really fault it, though. It's a really hard place for Smith to play there, because he's worried about getting pushed through the smoke at Alley. He did already see one guy come through, so he's worried about that. RPK is probably calling to him, and then he knows that they're pushing out 3A main through Pop Dog. It's just a nightmare for him with that AWP. You don't have that rifle. You can't really take the spray fight. What is this? Scream just doing big damage with the CZ. Drops Palf down 30 HP. But this is still an eco round coming out here from G2, so GODSENT, a little bit of, feeling things out at the beginning, but now they should be able to calm down a little bit and just get the job done. Lock down this key round, bring them up to 12 rounds. that was acrobatic from Pronax. Okay.
It's practically sort of a magician's trick coming out from the T side, because I don't think Body even saw him landing. He was still looking up, but for some reason, just completely fooled. Well, 12-8 13-8 is going to be the scoreline here. It's definitely not done yet, but we're reaching a point now where G2 have to make some sort of, show themselves in the second half here, essentially.
Yeah, the pressure is starting to mount on them, that's for sure. And right now, GODSENT, I'm wondering if they're starting to figure out where Body's playing on the CT side.
Double op.
Oh, double op. Yeah, and this is what? And Body's taking the second op, not even Shoxy.
Well, we've heard this, haven't we? That he's been able to pick that up. So we're going to see Schneider going to open up though, take down Smith. Not the best start for the double op setup. Schneider going to be excited about that one though. Going for another peak. Body will take down Porf and see if they can continue from this point on. Lekro sneaking in between the trains, manages to sort of infiltrate the bomb site, take down RPK. 3 versus 4 still with a lot of time on the clock here. Schneider looking for the opening just a bit too soon. I think if he had been just a bit more patient, maybe that could have been a kill, but still they got them pushed quite far back and they have all the time in the world to work with here.
Yeah, what's essential now is that they wait GODSENT for the rotation to come in from Ali. That's exactly it. Shoxy, 1-for-1 trade, that's good enough. And Schneider, thanks to Scream, having to look there. I mean, Scream is hearing, fighting at Ali. He's going to be split attention. That opens it up for Schneider to take the peak. So that's what GODSENT had to do. They had to wait for the second prong of the attack to come through. And Body just going to get caught on the open. Nothing he can do there. Caught in the crossfire from Pronax at the back line. 13-8 for GODSENT. But that was sick from Lekro. I mean, Lekro and Schneider working together, but they were patient. They didn't try and force it. They didn't try and run out there and take over the side, be the hero. They waited for the teammates to come in from the other side to really get that crunch going in on G2. Very nicely done from GODSENT. And now, I mean, G2, all the pressure's on them. Full FAMAS force buy coming out from them, apart from RPK. He goes for the M4, but that means no nades, no helmet, no kit. This is an all or nothing buy for G2. If they lose this round, it's a catastrophe.
13-8 right now. GODSENT really running away with the second half here. G2, they haven't won a single round. They've lost 6 rounds in a row at the start of this half, and that is just not acceptable here. They need to put an end to this. Maybe that tactical timeout should be thrown in at this point, try and see if they can make this work, because something is just not playing for them.
Tough break there for Smith. He gets the info, he spots one and pop, but he doesn't even get a tag, so not ideal for him. And Schneider, a little bit of a, wow, that's just unlucky for him that he looks the wrong way when he could have had the shot on the man, you know, boosting up Red Train. He's going for some Guardian wallbangs though, I like it, I dig it. Hoping to get lucky, but he's not going to. Not going to this time. And while GODSENT, you know, they poked around on the A site just to keep things active over there, but it does look like action is going to be happening over here towards B. 3 players getting set up for the push. They've got control of lower, and now Shoxy is going to be the point man here. He has to get the timing right.
The position for it. He's got backup inside the site as well. Body's right there to catch all of their attention, so it could be working out. But Porf, did he see the gun barrel? It doesn't matter because he's going to get shot in the side of the face. So 3 versus 4 right now out on the A bomb site. Twist has managed to sneak his way quite far into the site, so he might be calling for backup. Are they aware right now that RPK is on the other side? He could be the, well, he's going to have to be essentially the backup here on the bomb site. Up on the train already, sneaking in. There's a free kill. Lekro going to be going down. Looking for a second one. Twist next in line. Missing a shot there. Now RPK has got a chance, but he's going to miss the shot. Oh, Schneider gets away with it. Jumps off the ladder, in fact. Uses that to get momentum. And now Shox in a 1-on-2. Again, without a kit, without a smoke to try and see if he could force any kind of a peek. And Pronax, I mean, this is so easy for them. They can wait all day for this, and Shox knows it.
Yeah, impossible situation for Shox. No kit as well. Full 10-second defuse. There isn't even time for him to go for the defuse. Now he has to stick it, but there's just no hope at all. He's hoping to make this expensive for Pronax in the end, and he will. So he can't actually save, and he can get out with the op. Yes, just makes it out, gets dropped down to half HP. So he saves the op. That was the best case scenario for G2. But what movement from Schneider. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead 100% for sure, just gone. But he actually ejects himself off that ladder and stays alive. That's a beast play. 14-8 though. And yeah, G2, I mean, sure, they've got the loss bonus going their way, so they will actually get a healthier buy than I thought they would, but still, it's just not quite enough here. GODSENT, all the money in the world to go for the full buy. They have the AWP on Schneider. Once again, he's been very effective with it. And G2, I mean, just banking everything on an A play. 4 players over here early on. Shoxy is playing rotator, though, so he is going to be going towards that B site to back up Body. But early on, they were expecting some kind of rush to come out from GODSENT to just, you know, end it all. But they forget who they're playing against, Anders. Pronax, the mastermind himself.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for a while, and obviously he had some pretty good pieces on the chessboard with Fnatic. I mean, we know, so it's always hard to judge. You know, was it just that Fnatic were really good players, or how much of it was Pronax? Who knows? But But certainly they're making quite a run right now. Not easy for them with you know, sort of fairly new lineup still. I do want to point out they also have RDL as their coach on here, and he used to play, I think, back when they were novice with Pronax and Spitfire and Litter. And I can't remember who the fifth man is. Someone tweet at me and tell me who the fifth man was on that lineup. I can't remember right now. Either way, Smith's missing a shot early on here. Going to be crouching into the Molotov to get that kill, which is a bit of a sacrifice, but it's working out well right now with RPK following up and taking out Schneider. So a really good trade here early on in favor of the G2 team. Now, when they have the lead, they're still fighting, and they're losing that fight over at the B bomb site. Bomb making its way back through T-spawn, though, and it's a 3-on-2 as Porf picks up another kill. Oh, no, G2. How are they losing this?
Oh, this is so... Yeah, this is basically Godsent. Pronax got spotted with the bomb over in alley, and so Kingwin, they rotate 4 players to A, thinking, you know, Godsent are going to commit. That actually gives them the space. Pronax hits the crazy shot with the op as well. But I mean, that gives Godsent all the room to work their way out onto B. Body's there alone. He's not comfortable on the site. 7 seconds left. They can get the bomb plant, but the bomb gets denied. RPK coming with the big plays. Pronax just barely gets the plant. Does he know that he's so low here, RPK, though? He's only on 13 HP, but Pronax, he's still got that op equipped. Can he swap out for an AK? Can he make his life easier?
I just don't even know how RPK got the first 2 kills. That's incredible. He's actually given a bit of a chance for himself here. Molotov's already been used by Pronax, and it's got to be considered fortunate. If he misses a shot here, RPK goes for it. He sprays. Oh, he can't get it. Pronax going to be able to take him down. Survives on 14 health, and that's going to be now match and map point for the next 7 rounds in a row here for G2. What a run. I mean, these kills are incredible for RPK. Very, very good control, but
it's good to see that grin again, Anders.
Well, RPK, it is the Pronax grin.
That Pronax grin again.
RPK is playing so well this game. He's got 19 kills, but he's not enough right now.
He's been leading the away for G2 the entire time. Where's the rest of G2? They need the rest of the players to show up here. And now Body, he's starting to go for a bit of a cheeky play. He's got Shoxy to back him up. Full flash, though, so he's got to fall back. And there's the pressure. Shox trades, though, and that's exactly how it had to go for G2. Best case scenario is that they actually managed to at least trade 1 for 1. But Scream holding on the A side. He's under pressure now. 3 players, soon to be 4, are going to be rushing right down onto him, and Twist is the one to open things up.
Gets the one. Schneider following up as well. It's falling apart for G2 right now. They have not had a single round on their CT side yet. Not even one. This is a bit of an outrage, actually. It's all on RPK, and he's going to go down to Schneider. And GODSENT are going to be defeating G2 on train in a best-of-1 game here at Dreamhack Masters Malmö. What a mad way to start off the day as well. We had overtime of the first one, the Chinese winning. Now we have the newly minted GODSENT led by Pronax. Back in the seat again, and they're off to a very good start. What
a fantastic performance from Pronax and the rest of the team. Twist stepping up, really doing work, and you could just see that everything was clicking for them. And this is where that confidence came from Schneider. Talked with him at the beginning of this match. He's like, yeah, we struggled on our T side versus Navi yesterday on train. We're really happy about the map pick because we spent last night just altering, just making a few adjustments here and there, things that didn't quite click. We're feeling great about this map because now, we've already played it once. We get to play it again. G2, they're going to be in for a rough time. And I thought, obviously players, that's what they have to do at the beginning of the match, right? They're always going getting themselves into the game, confidence, right? Turns out, backing up the words there, Schneider, he was hitting shots. Everybody on G2 were hitting, or rather on GODSENT, right?
Yeah,
not G2. They were all hitting shots today.
Only RPK on G2. I'm not quite, but
where's Scream?
Scream was at the bottom, yeah.
Where's Shoxy? Where's Body? Body, okay, granted, doesn't play train, but where's the rest of them?
Body and RPK played
I'm even gonna mention Smith.
pretty decent. Smith and Scream, I think, were at the bottom of the scoreboard for a while there. So I don't know. It's when you can't get 1 round on your CT side. I think that's some evidence that something has gone horribly wrong.
Complete disaster is what it is.
Well, we do have. Some people would say a disaster, but I think she's been doing pretty well. It's 6 with Schneider.
Thank you very much, Anders. Of course, yes, as Anders just mentioned, I am here with Schneider after that very emotional win from you guys. I could hear how happy you were. I could hear the screams and yelling throughout that whole the game. But explain to me yourself what's exactly going through your head right now.
Yeah, I'm really happy to. I'm really happy to show people that we actually can beat the best, and they're obviously a really great team, and it feels really good. And we went after yesterday. We knew we played really shit, and train is our best map, one of them. And we fixed our T side from yesterday, where we got 3 rounds, 2 maybe, and we knew when it was trained today, we felt like we're going to win, but then they started really strong on CT. But I told the team to just try and get a close half, and then we just roll with the pistol, and everything went as we said. So.
Now, speaking of Navi, you just mentioned yourself that your team did not play the best that it could. Luckily, you were able to flip that around in today's match. Tomorrow, you're going to be playing either Navi again or CLG. Now, are you leaning towards maybe potentially getting a rematch against Navi, or do you just want to scratch that, maybe face them later on and rather face CLG?
We really wish to meet Navi again. I think everyone feels the same way in our team. We want that rematch because we know how much better we can be than yesterday.
Well, speaking of you guys in general, a lot of people have been so curious to see how your team would perform. There's been a lot of speculation, and you guys are finally showing what you guys are all about. Up until now, we haven't really been able to watch as many games of yours, purely been online matches, and there was one LAN that you guys won, but it was a smaller one. So there is this sort of expectation for you guys. So speaking to that, did you guys feel any pressure coming into this tournament, or were you just trying to show what you could do?
Not really pressure, but like probably we always feel that we have the players and we should perform somewhat good, but we don't really have a pressure to beat those teams yet because they're on paper and based on results they're still stronger, but we know we're stronger, but we still have to prove ourselves.
So what is the dynamic like in the team itself? I know that, Pronax and you guys won the first major, 2013. Just people like Twist, he's known for being a great player that prefers to love playing with his friends. And so basically from that, a lot of people just know, well, that's just the rumors that go around. So just explaining it from your perspective, what is the dynamic like in the team and how do you feel that you guys are going to do at this tournament?
First of all, I hate both Twist and Pronax, but they're great players. And I don't think it's true that Twist choose to play with his friends. I heard Thorin yesterday, and he said like it's Twist and his 4 friends, and we feel that's not true. But Twist is obviously a really great player, and the dynamic between us it's pretty good actually. We seem to like fit in our roles more and more day by day.
All right, last question. So for this particular tournament, a lot of players have specific goals they come into when they come to a tournament. So personally, for yourself, what's a goal that you'd be happy with?
Well, you always want to win, but we're a fresh team, so you have to be realistic when you meet teams like, I don't know, NIP and stuff. So, I don't know, top 4 would make me happy.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much, Schneider, and congratulations again on defeating G2 and making it out of elimination, as we are going to a short commercial break. But of course, when we come back, Machine and the boys will break down that match.